Hi everyone, I want to take a few minutes and show you how to create a template inside of Google Slides, and this could be applied to Google Docs as well, that will help protect your information that you've put on top of the slides so students don't accidentally delete things, move text boxes around, and kind of disturb the order of things. This really helps too in the grading process. When you're going through and you're trying to grade, over 60 or 80 or 100 responses, and kids are putting their answers all over the place, they're adding and deleting text boxes, it can become cumbersome and overwhelming and time consuming to have to grade these. So this way, it might help simplify things for you a little bit better so that you're able to navigate through the grading process a little bit faster and free up your time. So I'm starting off with a template that I created, and just to show you some of the elements so that you are aware of what I did and where, you'll notice that I have a picture in the background. I did that by simply going to the background button. And when I went inside of there, I went and found an image. For me, I just found one through Google search image of something specific that I was looking for. It popped up. You click apply and it adds to your theme. So for me, I was working with Tahiti and Aurora Borealis, so I tried to find something reflective of that. It's really just eye appealing and visually stimulating for the kids. Then I had my questions, in which I placed inside of text boxes. Then if you'll notice, right underneath each question, I have a response box. This is simply a shape. That's all I've done is I've gone to the shape tool, which is in the upper left-hand corner. I picked the shape out that I want. I wanted a rectangle. I went ahead and clicked on that rectangle, and then I sized it to what I wanted, and then I repeated it all throughout. So these are the areas that I want my students to respond to the questions in. Okay, so now that I have that completed, there's a couple of different ways you can do this, but I'm just going to show you one way. What I like to do is utilize the tools that I already have installed on my computer. Everyone has the snip tool. If you don't see it at the bottom of your bar, it's just because it's not pinned. You can search for it down here in the bottom left-hand corner if you want to, and find it and pin it to your start menu if you want to, if you find that you start using it a lot. For me, I use it daily, so I have it pinned. But you just want to click on your snip tool. You'll see a new window pops open, and then you'll see a blue button that says new. You want to click on that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to designate exactly what I want snipped, which is just this one slide. So I've got my area outlined. I go ahead and see my preview. This is what it has for me, ready to save. Now I'm going to click up here to the save button. Once I do that, for me personally, I tend to save everything, well, a lot of things in my downloads because I'm not readily going back and using them. Instead, I move them places, but wherever you want to store it, on your desktop, somewhere else in your hard drive, it's up to you. Just remember that anything you put on that hard drive starts to eat up space in the end. And the downloads folder, you can kind of pretty much dump pretty regularly to keep your drive nice and clean. So I'm going to name this template so that I have it saved. Notice it's saving it as a JPEG, which is perfectly fine, as an image file, which is what I want. I click save, I click out of that. Now I'm ready to create my student answer document. So I'm going to go to a untitled or a new presentation. I'm going to go ahead and name it Tahiti, which is where I wish I was right now, student answer copy. Now that I have named this new copy, this is the one the kids are actually going to write on. This is where I'm going to now take the image that I made and I'm going to place it inside the document so that hopefully the students will have less of a chance of, moving things around and making it a little bit more difficult for me to grade. So now I'm going to go back to that background tab. I'm going to click on it, and now I want to go to choose image. Once I do that, I want to upload, so I'm going to click browse, and you could drag the file if you want to, or you can simply go and find it. So here is my file that I saved called template. I'm going to go ahead and open it, and hopefully, cross your fingers, boom, I click done. Now, what's cool about this, look, I click all over it, can't do anything to it. Okay, you can't move it, you can't shift it, it's all stuck. But now what I need to do is I need to add in places for my kids to answer, because I don't want them writing in any one direction they want to go. I want them to write in specific locations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some text boxes. So I'm going to go over these blank areas and I'm going to create a text box right there. And I'm going to do a couple of things that will help you in the long run, as well as for grading and ease on your eyeballs. Whenever I grade online, I have a really difficult time when students write in black font, because I'm writing in black font. So it gets difficult to grade, it's harder on my eyes. So what I do is I like my kids to write in specifically one color, which is red. Now, whatever color you choose, that's up to you. Or if you just want to keep black, you can. But I want to make sure that when the kids type in my document, that they're writing in red font at the size that I want. So you'll see that my defaulted font size is 14. Well, that's too big for me. I don't need it that large because they're going to have a pretty significant response to this question. So I'm going to bring it back down to 12. And I'm going to go to the text color. I'm going to change it to red. My kids are used to writing in red. They're instructed in writing in red. I'm going to check it. Boom, everything's in red. Perfect. Now, that text box is good to go. When the kids open this up inside of Google Classroom, when I place it in there and they click on this text box, they will automatically be defaulted to write in red font at the size of 12 in Arial font. Okay, now to make the process easier for myself, because I don't want to have to do that every single time, I'm going to hover over that text box. I'm going to right click and, I'm going to hover over that new text box that I just made. I'm going to right click until I see copy pop up. Then I'm going to right click again. I'm going to click paste. Now I have a new text box. I'm going to move it where I want it. I'm going to resize it to the next area, and then watch. I'm going to double click and look. See how my cursor is blinking red? Red font, size 12. Arial is the font. So I just do that throughout the rest of the process. I keep pasting my formatted text box and resizing them just to the area that I want. And I will continue to do this process throughout until I have all of them inside the remaining 3 boxes. Now, at that point, my document is ready to go. I can push it out through Google Classroom. The kids have very specific locations in which to write in. The color is already preset for them. So it really saves time for the kids and also creates, hopefully, an easier process for grading for you. I hope this helps, and I hope you have a great day.